Yeah.
Yeah, the
Like,
integration thing.
yeah, the integration of the shadow. And then I saw, just before I went to yoga, I saw RuPaul had just put up this wonderful post saying, let's stop looking for the purity in everyone.
Mm,
Let's accept that there's light and dark, not just
mm-hmm,
everyone, but the world. There's light and dark. So there's good sides of all of us, and there's dark sides of all of us. And some people have more darkness than others,
mm,
some more
mm.
light. But you need to um, just recognize that we're not perfect and the world's not perfect. And when you do that, then you stop looking for perfection and purity, and just have a bit of fun, knowing that there's the equal light and dark. And I think with the Scorpio season, because it comes up for all of us, this little bit of uncomfortableness or a heavier emotion, or just seeing sides of ourselves that we potentially protect ourselves from, or have aspects that we close off. And then they come up, and then we don't like them all of a sudden, or we're shaming ourselves, or we're just in a funk or a bad mood, or but it actually is just to transmute that energy. Yeah, a lady said this morning that she kind of woke up and went, I need to have a look at my consumption, like
Mm.
consumption of social media, consumption of what I'm eating, consumption of what I'm streaming. And even though it's something, she thinks about a little bit, it's at the moment she was like, I'm actually going to do something about it. So she's been monitoring her everything. And she said today she just feels liberated and much more in control, because she's like gone, oh, I'm actually going to action this instead of pushing it away,
Mm.
or just getting into it, and then knowing that we're not always going to be these perfect beings. I mean, the Taurus full moon, I expected it to be feeling a bit more stable, a bit more secure, and of course focused on the body. Um, but for me and a lot of other people, it's bringing out more physical, not ailments, but yeah, just the focus on the body,
Mm.
and sleep and things like that.
Beautiful. I really like that idea of mindful consumption. I think that we forget that our body has to process everything that we consume, like, and especially with like what you watch as well, and the dribble that you let fall upon your eyes. Like, we can literally watch anything that we want, and we can turn things off. You can change the channel, you can
Mhm.
get out of your phone, you can close your phone down. Like, we have the control, but I think we're just so numb that it feels good to just like consume media like it's junk food. And then if you're
Exactly.
eating junk food as well, that's so much that your body has to transmute that subtle energy, let alone heavy emotions, trauma, like your nervous system's fried. Like, there's just a lot going on that I think our bodies used to be able to handle, but I think we're just increasingly getting more and more sensitive, that like we have to be more mindful of what we are consuming.
Yeah, that's right. I think some people don't remember life without a phone or life without the internet, but at my age, I do. And life was just more simple, because uh, everything still happened, but it was without the consumption of all the things that are happening in the world, all the things that are happening to other people. You just had you and your immediate surroundings. So I agree. The sensitivity is really coming from there's just the overstimulation, and they're trying to process too much.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, and that's energy as well. So I think it would be really good today to, as you said, just kind of like give ourselves a chance to just go, okay, there's a lot going on. How can I release it? And then how can I just step back a little bit?
For sure. I think we are so focused on, especially in the spiritual community, like you want to improve yourself and you want to do the self-care and you want to heal from your trauma, but like you're still just buying into the capitalistic thing. Like in order to actually process a lot of what's been happening, we have to stop and we have to rest and we have to allow ourselves to rest. Like I think in this last week, it's just come up continuously how hard I am on myself when like things don't go to plan. Like the full moon day, like I had all this work I wanted to do, and whenever I went to do it, I would cry. And I was just really churning up this really mean voice in my head as to like why I couldn't produce and why I couldn't stick to this thing this arbitrary thing that I'd set. You know, I work for myself, who cares when things get done? But like the narrative about why I couldn't do it and I'll never be able to, you know, it was just so dramatic and so unnecessary. But I needed to just sit on the couch and watch Selling Sunset for a bit, and then I would get to it, you know. And I think that maybe there's something in that about, firstly, just like listening to your body, but secondly, like there's some, I think that increasingly looking into astrology next year, there's a real message of being flexible and adjusting and being a bit more agile with our expectations, because the energy is going to stay kind of chaotic next year. It's more about how we respond to it and the story we develop around that. So I think it's kind of needing to just be more in the moment and adjusting as you go, which can be so disorientating. We really like that structure and the plan, and you know, it's safe, but I think maybe there's just something in the guilt and the shame that we refuse to just acknowledge is still there, but it's accentuated by not sticking to the story. I don't know, there's something in that I was experiencing this week that maybe is a collective kind of thing. I think because it was the full moon, I was like listening, I guess, to my emotional response from it, you know. There's still a lot of planets in Scorpio. Venus has just moved into Scorpio now, so this sensitivity, the intuition, the stickiness, it's gonna remain for a while. Mercury's starting its retrograde period on Sunday, so I think by the time this comes out it'll be in retrograde probably. It's starting in Sagittarius, but it's going back into Scorpio, so this Scorpio story is going to remain into the end of the year. So this is something we've got to get used to. We're feeling a lot. There's a lot going on in Pisces still. There's a lot of feelings coming up. I think we just have to create space to feel them, you know?
Yeah, I agree. I think there's always going to be aspects of ourselves that come into play and become dominant. So like you say, you can binge watch Netflix and eat junk food and consume and doom scroll because you're exhausted. And then there's an aspect of you that's like, no, I've got to do better than that. So it's just like you're saying, be more flexible with yourself. It's like, where's the balance? Okay, there's days where you're going to do that, but the narrative in your head needs to be healthy. It needs to be like, yes, I'm letting go today, I'm doing this. However, tomorrow I need to get some balance back. And I feel like that's where we are now, is allowing those narratives to come in, and they're heavy and they're loud and they can be shameful or just annoying and moody. But it's like, okay, that's okay too, but have some conscious Just be conscious, and then make a choice of how you want to feel.
For sure.
And going into next year, like you say, we're getting less and less goal orientated, fixed goals, creating a list for ourselves that we must meet. We no longer know that works. So we have to create new narratives that are going to deal with that.
Yeah, because it's not going to get more easier, I don't think. I don't think, especially looking into what's coming next year, I think there's some pretty magical alignments, but this story of change and disruption is still very, we're in the middle of it. And I hope that we'll see some resolution and some clarity and some just feeling like we're heading in the right direction. I think we'll feel that, but I don't think that it's going to be an easy thing. I think that the work is still ahead of us. You know, look at the state of the world. Does it look right?
Yeah.
You know,
exactly. But I think it's to lean into what's present. I think that's really important. I think if you try and push it away or ignore it or just kind of like, you know, have a wrong or right of it, then that's gonna make next year harder. I think gotta lean into what is happening, like what's present, and instead of judging it, it's more like, yeah, okay, the world's chaotic, I'm feeling some heaviness, I'd love it to, you know, be more peaceful, but yeah, leaning into the chaos, not becoming chaotic, but knowing how to deal with it.
Yeah, for sure.
On an individual level.
Yeah, I think that's the thing. It's individual. Everyone's going to be different. It's not cookie cutter. You know, we're in a world now where neurodivergence is recognized and all sorts of different ways of being are recognized. So we need to take that cookie cutter approach out of it. It's more about knowing yourself and knowing your limits and knowing how to self-care and how to self-soothe. It's so individualistic. There are obviously things that scientifically work. You know, EFT is one of them. We know that it works, but the frequency in which you can do it, even the frequency in which you can consume trash media, the frequency in which you can consume food that's not good for you, it's different with everybody. It's different week to week. You know, it's tapping into that and being conscious of how you're feeling. I don't think we can get away with not doing that now.
Exactly. I think leaning in, yes. I think being present, leaning in to what is available for you is the way forward.
Astrology for the week. This week there is not loads of things happening. The following week, all of the outer planets will be triggered by the sun and the moon. There's a lot going on next week. Next week. But this week's a good week to be integrating. So many people get really terrified with Mercury retrograde. The fear on social media, I can't deal with it. I tell you what I do every Mercury retrograde. I go through all of my data. I go through my files. I get the files off my phone that I don't need on there. I go through all of my filing systems on my computer, and that's what I do on Mercury retrogrades. That's what you do.
That's what you use the strength.
It's not, it doesn't need to be this whole thing. The planets are this. It's never Mercury retrograde that's causing it. It can get a bit fruity, you know. I think the thing to remember with retrogrades is that it pulls you inward. And so the processing that's going on, it becomes internalized. And I think maybe that's what people struggle with retrogrades, because they don't want to look in, they don't want to see what's happening in there. But I think if you're listening to this, you're probably already the kind of person who investigates the inner self and makes time for the inner self. So retrogrades are sacred, you know, it's a good time. It's not a big deal. And a reminder that there's only 1 month a year where no planets are in retrograde. It's really typical to have at least 3 planets in retrograde at any given point, you know. It doesn't need to have that story attached to it.
Yeah.
Jupiter retrograde is also starting, so this brings more of an inward focus. It's a good time to look at your goals, your hopes, your dreams. Jupiter is the planet of abundance, positivity, optimism. So when you bring that internally, it's a really good time to focus on your dreams. You know, what do you want next year to be? What's your wildest dreams? It's a good time to be journaling, like just paying attention to that inner self. The moon will be in Leo, which is a positive, fun vibe. It'll move into Virgo later in the week, which is a good time to do work on yourself. Virgos can be a little bit perfectionisty, so be conscious of that. The moon will then go into Libra, which is always a good vibe for anybody who has Libra in their charts. They'll know. This week, it's just a good week to be integrating. It's a good week to rest. There's not a lot of energy. It's a good time to just settle into kind of where we're at now before it changes again.
Lovely. I think on the Mercury retrograde front, I agree. It's become part of popular culture. And now I feel like instead of using its strength of rethinking, reordering, I love, you know, cleaning the house and getting the notes from my journal that I haven't looked at for a while and going, oh, okay, I'm going to kind of rethink that because it kind of came to fruition, or, you know, there's an idea I had, but I wouldn't mind, you know, getting that happening, or that creative project. And I see it as, you know, looking at that. But I think in popular culture we use it as another way to distract ourselves from what is. And of course technology fails. Our emails sit in our draft box. That's all very, very true and common themes, but they're very much the little things in life. But I think, yeah, it's become another way to talk to the chaos of the world and make ourselves feel anxious and our nervous system be on fire for 3 weeks. You know, and not make decisions in life.
Yeah,
so
that's it.
Yeah, I think it's I think in the tapping we will choose to love Mercury retrograde.
We can choose the choice thing. I think the choice thing is still present.
Yes, we are going to at the tapping, and we're going to rewire that brain to love Mercury retrograde and all the wonderful things that it gives us from the internal communication. So we'll do that. Full moon into the body. So yeah, just feeling like, again, have a look at our consumption, have a look at what we're eating, have a look at how we're feeling in our body, our aches and pains or flare-ups and things, and just get a good dialogue around that and be conscious of it and do what you can when you can. Okay, do you want to get into the tapping?
Let's do it. On your bar.
So glasses off, and hopefully everyone can see me. I can't really see now. But I don't need to. So let's start on the top of the head. If anyone is just watching this for the first time and is not used to tapping or hasn't done EFT before, it's very, very easy. Just follow along. Put your hands where we put our hands. Lightly tap where we tap. in the sequence, and then just repeat the words after me. If you feel comfortable to say them out aloud, do so. Katie will be doing that. If you don't, then you can just say the words in your head. Whatever makes you feel comfortable. Okay, so we'll start now on the top of the head, and we'll take a deep breath. And another big breath. Last one, big breath. Repeat after me. I release.
I release.
Any emotions.
Any emotions.
Any thoughts.
Any thoughts.
Or any worries.
Or any worries.
That I'm feeling right now.
That I'm feeling right now.
I just let go.
I just let go.
And allow myself.
And allow myself.
To just integrate.
To just integrate.
What I'm thinking.
What I'm thinking.
What I'm feeling.
What I'm feeling.
And what I'm experiencing.
And what I'm experiencing.
I'm just taking the time.
I'm just taking the time.
To process.
To process.
To rest.
To rest.
And allow myself to stay present.
And allow myself to stay present.
Because that would feel really good.
Because that would feel really good.
It would be helpful for my mind and body.
It would be helpful for my mind and body.
To just take the time to process.
To just take the time to process.
And to rest.
And to rest.
Take a deep breath. Okay, repeat after me. I am learning to integrate.
I'm learning to integrate.
And I'm learning to allow aspects of myself.
And I'm learning to allow aspects of myself.
To be present.
To be present.
And not shaming them.
And not shaming them.
Or pushing them away.
Or pushing them away.
Because it feels uncomfortable.
Because it feels uncomfortable.
Because we're in Scorpio season.
Because we're in Scorpio season.
And that can always be a little bit stingy.
And that can always be a little bit stingy.
But I remain present.
But I remain present.
I remain grounded.
I remain grounded.
And I accept all aspects of me.
And I accept all aspects of me.
In equal balance.
In equal balance.
Because it would feel really good to do so.
Because it would feel really good to do so.
Take a deep breath. I choose to embrace.
I choose to embrace.
Mercury retrograde.
Mercury retrograde.
I choose to love.
I choose to love.
Mercury retrograde.
Mercury retrograde.
Because it's such a wonderful time.
Because it's such a wonderful time.
To go inward.
To go inward.
And also to get organized.
And also to get organized.
And maybe rethink.
And maybe rethink.
And redo a few things.
And redo a few things.
That I had on my list.
That I had on my list.
I embrace.
I embrace.
Every season.
Every season.
And look for the best.
And look for the best.
In all aspects of myself.
In all aspects of myself.
And what's going on around me.
And what's going on around me.
Take a deep breath. There's so much to feel joy about.
There's so much to feel joy about.
We live in a wonderful world.
We live in a wonderful world.
And we can always look for the beauty.
And we can always look for the beauty.
If we have a balanced perspective.
If we have a balanced perspective.
Today,
I
stay grounded in my body.
I stay grounded in my body.
I allow myself to let go.
I allow myself to let go.
And feel light.
And feel light.
And energized.
And energized.
And balanced.
And balanced.
Because that would feel really good to do so.
Because that would feel really good to do so.
This week is going to be wonderful.
This week is going to be wonderful.
There are so many things that are coming in.
There are so many things that are coming in.
That create expansion in my life.
That create expansion in my life.
So many opportunities.
So many opportunities.
So creative.
So creative.
So fulfilling.
So fulfilling.
So all I need to do.
That all I need to do.
Is relax.
Is relax.
Stay present.
Stay present.
And be open to what life has to offer.
And be open to what life has to offer.
And to also let go.
And to also let go.
Of that to-do list.
Of that to-do list.
And meeting every goal.
And meeting every goal.
That I set for myself that day.
That I set for myself that day.
Because all I need.
Because all I need.
Is self-love.
Is self-love.
Self-compassion.
Self-compassion.
And to feel good.
And to feel good.
And feel relaxed.
And feel relaxed.
Calm and happy.
Calm and happy.
Take a deep breath. I am grounded.
I am grounded.
I am present.
I am present.
And I am expansive.
And I am expansive.
Take a deep breath. Okay, stop tapping. Open your eyes. Okay, how did that feel?
Feels pretty good. I feel very present.
Yes.
Like last time, I think, because we were focusing on like joy and fun, like I literally laughed after because I was just exploding with that. Whereas now I'm like, hello, yes, I am here. Yes, hello.
Hello.
Cordial.
I know, it's kind of interesting. And I think I wanted to keep it in a way where we sit in the energy of Scorpio, because I feel like it's so watery and emotional. So it's just like, can we just be present? Can we just be here now? And can we balance all of our shadows?
I like it. Okay, have a good weekend. Bye.
You too.
Bye.
Bye.